Hi again, everyone. Thank you for watching DevRelCon Tokyo 2021 interview session. I'm Dyson, co-organizer of the conference. In this series, we invite awesome speakers of the event and we ask them to introduce themselves and their talks. Today's show, we have Kushlani de Silva and Avinash Hirsch. I know Kushlani from the DevRel Asia 2020, and it's my first time to talk with the Avi. So I'm very excited, and you. If you saw, please welcome Avi and Kushlani. And let me just be moving the layout. Hi there. Thanks for joining today.
Hi, Dyson.
Hi,
How are you
Dyson.
doing?
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you, and I'm pretty good. How about yourself? How are you doing today?
Doing great. Doing great. Thank you.
Cool, cool. So, like I said, in this interview series, we invite you, speakers, and ask you to introduce yourself. So, since it's my first time to talk with you, Avi, so I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself first, please.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Avi. I'm the co-founder of Weaver. Weaver is a knowledge network for technology professionals and developers, and super excited to be with DevRelCon Tokyo and talking about communities when in the show.
Thank you. Then, Kshirani, please go next.
Sure. Thanks, Dyson. Hi, everyone. Hope you are staying safe and healthy no matter where you are. I'm Kushlani de Silva. I work as a marketing consultant at the moment, and I specialize in helping technology companies with their marketing efforts. I'm quite new to consultancy. Actually, I've been doing it for the past 6 months. And before that, I spent most of my career with WSO2. An open source middleware company, and I'm very excited to be a part of DevRelCon Tokyo, and really looking forward to meeting new people and sharing some of my insights with the community.
Thank you, Avi, and thank you, Kshirani, for the interaction. Yeah, so it's nice to have you on the day, and so you have the pretty unique format. Usually we have the one speaker, but right and today or on the day we're gonna have two speakers. So may I ask you the reason behind that you joined together to giving a talk on the event?
Sure. I think I can go with that. So Kushlani and I have been working together to build some communities, and we thought it's best to share our experience from both perspectives, right? We started. Kushlani has brought in tremendous, I would say, insights on how to really build start a community, and I think both sides' perspective is best shown when people, both Kushlani and I are going to talk about it. We were also thinking that we could potentially ask questions. How did we think about it? And tell the audience how we even kind of debated about certain things in real time.
Cool. So you two started a community. So I've been working on my community as well because I'm the developer for the company and I'm working with the user groups in Japan. So and I know how hard it is or how fun it is. So I want to know tips to get started in a new community. But you are going to talk about the details. But without spoiler, what is your first advice for the people who want to start a community or for the users? But if you're the community member itself, how do you get started, or any tips?
Kushlani, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. I'll go with that, Dyson. So I must say that I've been an ambassador of Weaver for some time now, just seeing all of the great work that they do into really building communities. And around your question, Dyson, I think everybody wants to build communities now since there's so much happening in the technology space. But one of the things that we've noticed, and I think something that we'll cover in greater detail during the event as well, is that you really need to identify the cause behind your community, and you need to be very clear about that. Because if you are clear about the cause, and if you really know what you're trying to achieve out of that community, then you can find your people, because that's what makes up the community, and you can all come together to really champion that cause. So first, be very clear about the motivations of building the community, the cause that you're championing for, and then all of the conversations, the community, the alignment, it'll happen very easily as long as you know what you're trying to achieve, how you're trying to achieve it, and who you're trying to achieve it with.
Good. It's very interesting that you need to have the cause, you need to determine the direction, and you find the people. Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's sometimes to find the right person, the right direction for the community. So yeah, if you don't have that, it's gonna be difficult challenge for sure. Did you have any experience that that you didn't have those aspects and went to the wrong direction or having had time to build a community before? Well, are you a winner for everything?
Do you want to go with that, Avi, or I can?
Yeah, I can. I do have some, I would say gotchas sometimes, and these things are always, you keep learning, you keep iterating, then you keep, improving on that. As a matter of fact, the first community that my previous company was a API company as well. So one of the things that we were trying to do was to build a community of mobile developers, and we didn't have many tools around it. And so I think the biggest flaw was we thought mobile developers from every aspect, whether it's iOS, Android, Xamarin, will bring them all together. Soon we realized that's not working because there is no common connect even with them, right? So we had to go deep down into one side, like only iOS, because the discussions, everything was not right. So we had to segregate all of that and say, okay, let's focus on one, because otherwise there is no common communication between them. We were thinking that was mobile developer based. So we learned a little bit how to really segment better and do it. As a matter of fact, this is my second startup. So the first startup I had learned a lot, and this time we built a framework which we thought also applies to the communities, not just building startups. And we called it EPIC, EPIC, right? That's for the startups, but for communities, we said we are going to keep this EPIC as a framework when we do that. And it's a very simple one saying, if you want to build an EPIC community, you got to have an EPIC framework. And it goes by this. E is for empathy, right? You first of all bring in the empathy to whosoever you're bringing. P is for what Kushlani mentioned, which is purpose of the community. Keep reminding what's the purpose of the community. I is for investment, because I think howsoever we want the community to grow, you really need, as a community head or as a DevRel, we have to invest our time, our effort, money into it, right? And C is for communication. That means keep fostering the communication between each other and between the community members. So I think once we start thinking of a community with this framework, we divide our time based on that too. Saying, can we bring in more P, more I, more C kind of into it? So anyway, so that's what my learning was, and we use this framework for ourselves as well.
Very interesting. I like the epic. Epic means epic. So
build an epic community with an epic framework. Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna use that framework as well. That's good learning for me.
Well, I'm about to learn from you, Dylan. So please do share your frameworks and your tips and tricks with us for sure.
Oh yeah, I will. Yeah, actually, I'm not the one who started a community in Japan because I kind of inherited from the previous person. So it's kind of a little bit difficult. Different and difficult for situation because people there already there and I need to redefine the purpose of the community. I need to motivate them again to the direction. So I'm trying to over communicating with those community leaders to having to identifying their motivation and their purposes and good better way to serve them. So
wow, that calls for a talk as well. Kind of re-training the community, and because that's even a use case, right? You have a community in making, but then you have to redefine some of these things. That's even I would say difficult at some point.
Yeah, cool. So I'm really excited about listening to your talk. So another question is, right now we are hitting by hard from the COVID-19 situation. So did you see the impacts to the community itself or community that you're working on, or any effects on your side these days?
Yeah, I'll explain a little bit about that. As in, I think communities just came even closer together since COVID-19, because I felt that, there was a much bigger need to have conversations, and not just around the work that you're doing, but just helping each other navigate some of those challenges. So I'm in technology marketing, right? And some of the communities I work with, whether it's on social or whether it's on different platforms, everybody was just coming together and sharing their experiences about, okay, I'm having a tough time trying to write on this topic, or I'm just having a tough time putting down my thoughts because of everything that's happening around me. So I think the true spirit of community just came out as a result, and people were able to relate to others a little better also, I think, because everybody is going through a difficult time at the moment, and you're just trying to do your best. And I think it also led to the birth of a lot of sub communities. Again, just talking about tech marketing, which is what I'm in. So you have the bigger tech marketing communities, but you also have the content creators, the writers, the social media experts, all focused on doing their best for the companies that they work with. So I think all of these conversations led to communities coming closer together and newer communities coming in, so that you also felt that you belong to so many different groups. It wasn't just that one big community where you might even feel a little left out sometimes, simply because it's so big. You also found other smaller communities that you could have a closer, better relationship with. So I think there was a lot of positive change that happened as a result.
Interesting. Yeah. Now, we used to be seeing each other in person, so it was easy for me to engage with them. But after this situation, we had to go the online. So it's even difficult for me to doing the community work, because I need to work with the people that I really see them, or I already met them before. So, but it's your good point. Once we are going to the online, there's no, the distance restriction anymore. So people can get together on the online and having the new relationship, a new group, a new community. So it's the plus and minus, both effects. So it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
But I'm
so
really waiting for a meeting in person, to be honest. I'm just hoping and waiting to do that.
So this DevRelCon Tokyo 2021 is not gonna be the in-person events, but in 2022, I hope that we're gonna have the in-person events. So I'm really, looking forward to seeing you guys in person. Yeah. So next year.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So the last question from my side is that if you can pick up the one thing that you want your audience to learn on the day, what would that be? This is my last question to you guys. So why don't you go with the Avi? Then I'm going to ask you, Kushlani, as well.
Yeah, my takeaway would be to take a framework so that you can repeat it every day. And if you're building a community, I have Epic, but you can create your own. But build something so that you are not chaotic enough to say, what do I do next day, right? So there is something around it, a structure around it, where you say, okay, this is what we can do. And that's the only way that you can involve other people into the system to really help you out.
Cool. Thank you. How about you, Kushlani?
Yeah, I'm hoping that from the talk, Dyson, people find inspiration to go out there and build communities, because again, having a lot of communities can be a good thing, but it can also be intimidating if you're trying to start your own. But I'm hoping that from what Avi and I cover, people find inspiration and you find the motivation, especially if you're really confident of that cause that I mentioned earlier. There shouldn't be anything stopping you. You should go ahead and do it. And then, like what Avi said, having that right framework and that right thought process in mind. So if you bring the pragmatic side of it together with, your inspiration and your motivation for building a community, I think they synergize well, and there's nothing stopping you from doing your absolute best for everybody else out there who's waiting to join that community.
Thank you. Yeah. So these are good takeaways. So thank you for joining today. I hope to see you next week, and please be safe and having fun time on the day.
Thank you, Dyson.
You as well, Dyson. Thanks for the opportunity. We'll talk soon.
Yeah,
Take care.
Soon.
Bye.
Take care. Bye. Thank you, Avi and Kushlani. So yeah, this is the end of the interview. We're gonna have a conference on the June 5th. It's gonna be free. So if you haven't signed up before, then please go to the DevRelCon Tokyo 2021 website. And we have the game that you can play to learn about DevRelCon and the Dever itself, and you have a chance to win the swag. So make sure once you register, please play game. And today's interview is over. We're gonna see you soon. So please be safe and have a good day. Good night. Good evening, maybe. See ya.